Like, we already had a hard time with one game. How are we going to have 3 All-Star games? Podcast P fam, welcome back to another episode of Podcast P, a Wave Sports and Entertainment original presented to you by Prize Picks. It's your boy PG8, and I'm joined with my guys, Jackie Long.
Come on, you know I never do you wrong.
And Dallas Rutherford. Oh, that was simple today.
Simple, bro. Gotta keep it simple. Okay. I gotta keep my swag. Like, I gotta be me.
Keep your yang.
You know?
Keep your yang.
All right. So, Brody's last show, 2024. How we feeling? This is to go out on a high note to bring 2025 in, the right way. So we got to end this one with a little fan appreciation. We're going to do a little bit of Postman P this episode.
Hey.
How y'all feeling about that one?
I love that. Because we haven't gave love to the fans in a while. You know what I'm saying?
It's been a minute. We've been having story mode. We've been having some banger guests. Now I think it's time that we give back to the fans. Get the fans what they want.
And I know they feel left out. So this is for y'all.
Indubitably.
Well, just to follow up on what P said, this episode is going to be a little bit different. And it's going to be a Postman P episode. So this week's edition of Postman P is presented by MetaQuest. Expand your world. So P, the first question is really from your boy, yours truly. And I have to ask, you just had something happen during the game. You are now top 10 all time in NBA history when it comes to three-pointers made. Who would have thought, man? A surreal feeling. Talk to us a little bit about that and that milestone in your career, man.
Who would have thought? No, it's crazy. It's crazy. Especially, it was funny. I saw the post of, me, how I started not being a three-point shooter in the NBA. And I probably would have cracked that list a long time ago had I been shooting the ball a little better my first season. But no, it's dope, man. It's full circle moment. Obviously, everything is kind of coming into, I look at everything holistic. From me wearing the number 8, from Kobe Bryant living in Philadelphia, him being drafted to Charlotte, me eclipsing top 10 in Charlotte. It's special, man. It's special. To be in that list of the shooters that are in that list. All of those guys are Hall of Famers. Again, to be a part of that list, man, it's dope. I've been doing this for a while, is what I can truly and honestly say. It's just been fortunate to be healthy enough to get to this point. And I think I'm close to 9. Hopefully I can keep on climbing that list.
Indubitably. I was going to ask too, Pete, do you think since you've been wearing the number 8, you've been fulfilling your 8 duties? Since it's been on your back?
Nah, not at all. Shit, we won 9 games or something like that.
Hey, way to keep it a buck, bro.
And 9-17. I have not, but I will say I think it's a turning point because I finally feel my body is feeling good. I finally feel, I'm not wearing a brace. I'm in shape. So I finally feel comfortable, with my body and stuff again. So I think, now it's time to start to put the my foot on the pedal, so to speak.
Well, since you got the new
bunky.
Well, that's what you do. You bunk, and I'm proud of you, bunk. You being honest. I love that.
Appreciate it, bunk.
And I wanted to keep it where, with the top 10, look that you just got, the new, shit to your resume. And I just want to know, because I'm nosy, I know you got a lot of messages that day. So I want to know, is there any favorite people that was reaching out to you that that congratulated you and you like, hey, I'm excited they did that?
No, not really. I mean, just, family was reaching out, a ton of family, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Nobody really reached out. That was crazy.
Right.
But, getting those messages from family, that means everything. They was locked in.
Okay. Who was the first person from the family hit you?
I think Teosha was the first. And then my mom, she actually posted the whole link.
Who, Teosha or mama?
My mom, but I think Teosha was the first to put it in our family chat of me cracking the top 10. So T was first, and then mom's right behind her.
Little family chat was going crazy.
A family chat going crazy. It'd be going up.
We wanted to take a brief break from the episode to let you know that Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 5 million members across the country, it is the most fun and exciting way to get in on all the action while you watch your favorite sports and players.
Jackie, I love Prize Picks. Fantasy football playoffs is coming up right now, so I get to sit down every Sunday morning, put in my picks or my entries on Prize Picks. I always talk about Bijan, and this week I'm going for Mike Evans more on whatever they place his receiving yards at. We need him to have a good weekend, Jackie, and we got to make it to the championship, so I'm really going for Mike Evans more on everything.
Okay, well, like me, always, I got to represent my team because I'm a team player. I'm going CeeDee Lamb, always for yards. You dig? Always. Moving on.
You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. So sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need a win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed.
Whether you think Jordan Addison will continue to get more targets or Josh Allen passing totals will be a little light this week, Prize Picks has you covered on every option.
So guys, make sure you go download the app today and use our promo code PodcastP to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. So you can finish the football season by downloading the app today and using our promo code PodcastP to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Someone else we got a shout out to, P, just because I think it's another career milestone, and I know he's a friend of yours. Russell Westbrook, a stat that I didn't know until Ray, his brother, posted it. Like, did you guys just forget this? Or he said something that was funny, but Russell Westbrook is officially the best rebounding guard in NBA history statistically. So I wanted to give
for real?
Yeah.
Shout out Beto.
Yep. He's out there boarding, doing his thing out in Denver. And, since we're talking about career accolades, I throw Russ in there.
Yeah, that's great. Shine a light on Russ, man. I love it. He is. There's no better rebounding guard than Russ.
I'm so happy he's playing well, man. It's nice to see him have a team where he's truly fitting in, and the Russ slander
and they appreciate and loving him over there.
Yeah, it's about time. But P, this milestone that you did, cross here, considering that you didn't start as a shooter, where would you kind of rank this? You've been an all-star, you've had a couple of accomplishments in the league. Where would you rank this among your, personal accolades?
I think it's up there. I mean, it's got to be top 3 of the accolades that I've been able to achieve. Because you got to think, that's a high number, and you got to play for a long time. It's got to have some longevity to it to be able to get into that list and to keep climbing, especially how the game's played now. I don't know how long I'll stay in that top 10 with how the game's being played now and how many 3-point shots are going up and guys are shooting the three. It's only, I think, going to, be more and more guys shooting that 3-point line, shooting that 3-pointer going forward in the future. So I think it just has a lot to speak with just the longevity of it. But, it's up there. I would think being all NBA, coming from where I come from and my start in my journey, I think that's always the most significant one to me. And then, I'm a team guy. So I think, being first in the East in those years, being in Indiana, that always, because that was a special group to me and kind of was the foundation of me playing team ball and as a team player in the NBA. So all of those kind of take effect, but yeah, it's definitely for sure up there.
Yeah. Last question, Pete. Did you know?
I didn't know. Yeah.
Did you know before the game? Did anyone come up to you and be like, "Hey man, you need 3 more"?
No, I did not know. Somebody asked me this in the locker room after the game. They was like, "Bro, you knew how close you were?" And I was like, honestly, I didn't. I didn't.
That's funny because you've been playing aggressive, bro. You've been playing a little more aggressive. That's why I'm like, maybe this guy does know.
No brace. It was the first game with no brace.
I know what it is.
What is it, Bunky?
What is it?
Jamal Crawford. He listening to him. 17 3-pointers. That's what
I was
he's doing.
listening to him.
He listening to him.
Okay.
He doing
Trying to get
something.
that 50.
advice.
Trying to
Trying to
get
get the
that.
50.
Jamal
The 50.
Crawford. He listening. He listening to Jamal Crawford. But stop it, y'all. I'm tired of listening to PG accolades. We done did enough. This show, we said from the top, was not about us. Okay, it was about the fans. Okay,
You're right.
That is enough. I'm tired of Dallas asking questions. I'm tired of asking questions. We done seen it. We done congratulated him. Okay, so the fans need said, let's get it going. So with that said, we gonna shift it to the fans. And our first one is coming from our boy Mo. He want to know. He said, P, you faced Brandon Miller 4 times already this season. How fun have those matchups been against someone who calls you their GOAT?
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun matching up against B Mill, man. It been fun matching up against Lil Bro, man. He's obviously he's extremely gifted, talented. And when they're healthy, they're tough to play against. But it's been fun. You know, I love that he takes the matchup of guarding me, and he wants to match up every time we play each other, that he wants to guard me, and you know, I think he's learning stuff as we play. Yeah. You know, and he's fearless. You know, he's fearless. He's tough. He's again way better off than where I started in the league. But you know, I'll tell you one thing, man. He's got one of the quickest triggers I've seen. The way he can shoot the ball so fast, dog. Like, soon as it touches his hand, like it's up. Like, he's got a quick trigger.
He do.
But it's been fun. It's been fun matching up against Lil Bro, man. He nice. He got game.
So I hope to answer your question, Mo.
Big Mo.
The next question is from Big John. And
Big John
asks, what has been the most unique thing about playing in Philly so far?
That's a great question. You know what? I think the fans is really, like, I really love the fans. Like, I really enjoy that. Like, they know basketball. Like, it's not like just regular fans that are just fans of the game or the team. Like, they know basketball. So it's a deeper connection than just rooting for you or shouting your name. Like, you know, and they're passionate. They are passionate. I do enjoy, like, playing in front of those fans, and I haven't played my best, but that is coming. I 100% believe the best is yet to come. And now that I'm feeling more healthier, like, yeah, it's about to be some fun moments. But those fans, man, that's been unique. That's been fun. That's been entertaining. It's one of those things, man. You gotta like be in it to witness it, and you got to be a part of it to witness it, because they are very passionate. And you know, people told me I was warned, I was told, I was a heads up. This is how it is. But, like, to be honest, I have an appreciation for that.
That's what's up. Shout out to the Philly fans.
Philly fans,
shit,
man, they love their sports, dog. It's cool. It's cool. They love their sports that hard.
I would love to play for a team and they had that much love for the sport, because it actually makes you feel like I can't let this team down. And the fan, I mean, the fans at all. So I like that. I like that. It makes the pressure.
Maybe they got a Call of Duty team, Jackie. Maybe you could, you know the way you've been playing lately. Maybe
2K team, maybe a 2K team.
Get a look, you know?
Yeah, we gonna see. Keep it going, y'all. The next question is coming from Big Corey V. He says,
Corey V.
What are your thoughts on the new changes to the All-Star game? Is it time to wrap it up completely?
You know what? Here's my, like, we already had a hard time with one game. How are we going to have 3 games, 3 All-Star games? Like, we had hard enough time trying to get everyone to compete at a high level playing in one game.
Right.
So I just don't understand how, I guess it's a shorter number to play to. So I guess that's the competition. That's the competitive part about it. It's competing to get to that. I think it's 40 or something like that. But yeah, I don't like the format if we're not going to go out and compete and be competitive. You know, then I think it's still just wasting time. But I don't know. That's just my take on it. I would love to see it get to a competitive.
NBA doing too much, man. Sometimes it's doing too much.
It's I don't know, man. It's people just look at the All-Star break. It's like, damn, I get time to chill. Like, I get time to get a breather, get a break, get a rest. And then you throw the All-Star game in there midway, and then you watching everybody around you enjoy vacation and enjoying off time. And you like, shit, I still got to, I got to go hard for this game. Mind you, I don't mind it. Like if I get the side of people thinking that way, like I know guys are looking at it that way. I don't mind if playing hard and putting on a show, but like it's everybody's got to do it.
Right.
But I do get why guys are like, man, I would much rather get some of this rest.
Especially like you say, if you're not out there being competitive, why even do it?
Mm-hmm.
Get you hurt yourself.
They got to fix it. I don't think many people are fans of it. I think KD came out and said like he wasn't feeling it either. So they got to figure something out. But that leads us to our next question. And the next question is from Derek. And he said, there's been a lot of talk about the NBA product not being as enjoyable because of all the 3-point attempts. From a player's perspective, do you feel the same way? And what should the NBA do to make the game more appealing to fans who think it's not great?
Well, they can't complain about it now. I mean, analytics kind of took over the game being played from like coaches want 3-pointers or they want to lay up or get to the free throw line. Like, you know, they might be one guy on the team that they allow to shoot mid-ranges or play in post or play in the mid-range area. You don't really see that too much in offense because everybody wants to shoot threes and get up as many threes because the analytics says threes obviously are more than twos, and the more threes you make, the better chances you have of scoring more points. I actually seen, I think it was on like ESPN or something where they showed teams going back and forth and they kept missing and missing and missing and missing, shooting, just clanking up threes.
Yeah.
That did look bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like that did not look entertaining. It's the new NBA, man. It's the new NBA. I mean, I don't, other than, you know, it's got to be more of a coaching change of how they do their offense, I think, more than anything, to bring more excitement and not so much of an emphasis to chuck threes up.
It's an interesting thing. You know, I was even watching the NBA Cup game the other day, and someone tweeted like 10 minutes before the game, P, and they showed the fans or the stadium and how many empty seats there were. And it has been a weird thing. And again, this isn't a shot at the Clippers, but the first NBA game I went to this year, there wasn't a lot of fans. And then it just seems like it's applying towards not just the Clippers, but the whole entire league. There's a lot of different philosophies, P, on why the NBA is not doing as well. And I know you just said that it's a product of how the game is played. And I know that I don't want to get political here, but do you think that there is anything else outside of just the way it's being played, whether from a business side of it or maybe a political side of it? There's a lot of different arguments on why the NBA isn't doing as well. There's got to be more to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit of everything. I think with how the style of play has been, I think rightfully so, there's been a lot of stars that have been injured and been hurt. And so they aren't, available every night. Myself being in that, haven't been healthy some games or needed a game to get completely healthy. So I think that's an aspect of it. And, fans are just, a lot of them are old school fans. They're used to how the NBA was. And so, I think that has a lot to do with it. And then when you look at like a kid that loves a certain star and then like they're not going to go play and it's like, all right, well, there's no point of me going to the game. So I think, and then it's, I think back then it was a lot more of, the rivalry stuff. I don't think there's that big of rivalries anymore that it's like must see. I have to go and watch this game because it's going to be entertaining and intense. So I think some of that might have something to do with it.
They got to figure it out, man.
They got to figure it out.
They will too. I have confidence that they will.
Absolutely.
I have confidence that the NBA, it's a big brand, big business.
We're the most skilled. I think that right now, I mean, you can argue of, eras that played harder, more physical, more, aggressive, more defensive minded. You can argue that there was many other eras of that, but I think this era we are definitely probably the most skilled.
That's easy.
Now we just got to add the extra elements into that because we got the most skill. We can still be entertaining, but we got to add the extra elements to it.
I think these young kids nowadays is coming in too athletic than back then, like the different eras, like say your era or whatever. Meaning you had a few that come in like real athletic, strong, but now these kids is coming in like young, big, and with talent that you never even seen. Like when Fish was telling us how Kobe came in just as a man knowing moves and stuff. I think they just going off of all these kids with this speed and stuff, like saying, damn, if they got all this speed and all this talent, let's add all this other stuff up in there and see if they do it. And people who don't like it and want to do it, then they don't got to do it. But I just think they just going off of these kids with all this talent that they coming in the NBA these days. It's not like it used to at all. So that's what I
was thinking about this the other day too. Like, and there's a lot of good young talent, but I think, when I first came into the league, the locker room was full of vets, right? The locker room was full of established guys. And that's what the league was. The league was full of established guys. You might have one guy break that, because he was ready to play. He was talented enough and coach thought he was ready. So he'll be sprinkled into that lineup or he'll be sprinkled into that game. But for the most part, it was veteran guys. I think now the NBA has kind of shifted to where it might be 2 or 3 veteran guys on the floor, but the rest is like younger guys. Like younger guys are playing a lot sooner than they used to play when I first came in the league and even way earlier than before that. So times are just changing, man. It's just the league is changing. The game is changing. Times is changing. And, there's nothing that you can really, I think, pinpoint, but right. I do think these have somewhat of an effect of how the game is going now, for sure.
At least they try. I can at least say that. At least they try new things.
For sure. For sure.
The next question is coming from login_W8. He says, hey, I think I like this question too, PG. This is a good one. He says, hey, PG, how many hours a day did you work on your game as a kid around the ages of 10 and 13 years old?
10 to 13 years old. How many hours? Man.
In them jeans. In them holy jeans.
In them jeans. It was hours. It was hours. I'm not going to lie. It was hours because at that age, I was wired so differently that like anything I did was around basketball. Like I had a thought of basketball is the reason I'm doing this. To that, like, I don't know, maybe 5-6 hours out of the day, 7 hours. Like I said in other stories or other episodes, like me running up and down my street with rocks in my back, like on my backpack. Like that was me working on my game. I would spend hours in front of the house, ball handling, getting up shots. I would ride my bike, cross Palmdale to my other homie's house. And that was like me working on cardio, like me trying to condition myself at a young age. So I was putting in a ton of hours, a ton of time, trying to get better and working on my game. So to answer that question, like, it had to be north of, doing something. It was north of 6 hours.
Wait, so you were 10 years old riding across all of Palmdale by yourself on a bicycle to go to your friend's house?
Remember he told that story?
Well, he said 10 to 13.
Bro. Yeah.
He said 10 to 13.
Okay.
So by like 12, because like, Garrick, shout out Garrick. Garrick lived like, I don't know, maybe 20 streets over. I was on 57th. I think Garrick was on like 30th or something like that. And I used to ride my bike from 57th to 30th. And I'll go hoop over there. Be tired as hell, but when we got there, we hooping again. Like we outside playing in the front yard, playing pickup.
Is that the age when Teosha was whooping your butt, or between them ages right there?
Yeah, she was still beating me at that age.
She was still beating
me
you
at that age.
Wow.
Yeah, she was still getting me at that age.
That's dope.
But you got to think, bro. She was like that was her heyday. When I was 10 to 13, she was 15 to 18. Like that was her prime.
Get up, Teosha.
Pete, would you were doing a lot at that age to get better, and you'd want to play, and you always hear those stories about how kids, at the end of the night, like the parents are like, all right, the lights are out, you got to come in. Did your ambition for getting better at basketball ever get you in trouble with your parents as a youngin'?
Yes, absolutely.
Let's hear some of those stories.
I had moments of like accidentally breaking shit. And because I was playing basketball, I was dribbling, ball go off my foot or something, hit something, something falls down, breaks.
Okay.
So I was on a couple bad ends of that. And then, my parents was boy, stop dribbling that damn ball in this house. I was on the side of that, being a crib, thinking I can handle the ball. Hey, cut that out. Go outside with that. I ain't trying to hear all that. So I had to go outside. So that's where it developed, of me going outside playing with no shoes on.
That's why them feet fucked up today.
That's why the feet fucked up today.
Fucked up today, boy.
But yeah, for sure. My parents was on it.
Love it.
We're back for another week with our sponsor, MetaQuest. Today, we got an experience on Quest that's near and dear to us.
Peace talked a lot about the importance of mental health and keeping him at the top of his game, especially things that help him stay calm and focused, like meditation. So this week, he's been testing out a new MetaQuest experience from Alo Yoga called Alo Moves XR.
Alo Moves is a virtual sanctuary that blends your space with immersive and inspiring environments. You can practice with top instructors in yoga, Pilates, and mindfulness wherever you are.
P, you know what I like about it?
What you like?
You're a professional athlete. You have a trainer always with you. For people like me and Jackie, we need somebody there with us too sometimes. When you're on the app, it feels like you have a personal trainer. So it just makes it easy to get into those stretches. I'm not going to stretch by myself in this room. I need somebody here with me. So this allows me to do that.
You got a friend. You got an instructor. I love that.
And I like the fact that you don't have to do nothing but do it from your household living room. I mean, you don't got to go nowhere. It's just you and your instructor. And I'm so happy that they really take the time to put the real people in there. Like, I'm glad it's not a little like computer person telling me something. It's a real person. You know what I'm saying? So I tell you, I almost tried to get her phone number the other day. She was doing so good. I really did.
No, I do love it, man. I do love it. It's super convenient that you actually get to do it in your own comfort zone. And like you said, Dal, not too many people know what to do when it comes to stretching and mindfulness. So to have someone kind of walk you through it literally is perfect for you. If y'all want to experience this as well, head to meta.com/quest to check out Alo Moves XR and see everything else that's possible on MetaQuest. The holiday season is in full effect, and my family's favorite place to eat good is Buffalo Wild Wings.
You got to get into that holiday spirit, because right now at B-Dubs, you can order 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 drinks for only $19.99. I would jump on that deal while you can.
Oh, I know I will, Dallas. You can also pick from 6 traditional wings, 10 boneless wings, my personal favorite, an all-American cheeseburger, a classic chicken sandwich, or 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders if you want to keep it classy.
And don't forget, Jackie, you get to pair that up with 2 sides, whether you want fries, tots, wedges, and also, don't forget, 2 ice-cold drinks to wash it all down. Fellas, I know that's a lot of options, but what are you guys choosing? I want you to pick an entree and a side.
I think I'm going to get some wings this time. Let me get some of them wings.
You a yappy yatter.
I'm a yappy yatter. Wings and some fries. You know, a little ranch on the side to dip with.
If we're going to keep it Buffalo Wild Wings, I got to pick the wings too, P. I'm getting the lemon yepperds with the ranch yipping yessin with the tots on the yai. You feel me? Get the yimmy yepper with the yachts on the yai. Ah!
I like that. That's what you going with.
Okay. Hey, I'm going to keep it consistent. I'm going with the 6 traditional wings with a side of fries, and I'm taking the garlic parmesan. And guys, remember, you can watch all the games at Buffalo Wild Wings with their wall-to-wall TV, so you can keep up with this football season.
So grab a friend or your little boo-boo and head to Buffalo Wild Wings for game day to get 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 drinks for only $19.99. Get it before it's gone.
All right, the next question is from AD Jose, and his question is, who was the toughest player or players PG had to guard in college? Fresno State days, P.
Good question.
Fresno State days, great question. I mean, I had some pretty fun matchups. Obviously, we played Jimmer Fredette. He was tough. Yeah, we played BYU.
Oh, he was killing y'all.
I don't remember him. He wasn't going. He might have had like a 20, 30 piece, but like it wasn't like none
of those 40s, 40, 50s.
It wasn't the 40 bombs,
Okay.
50 bombs. Nah.
Okay.
But I mean, I for sure he had a great game. I'm not gonna say he did. He had a great game. But there was this, I forget his name, man. It was two dudes that was nice. One went to New Mexico State. He was a guard. I can't remember his name, bro, but he was nice. And then the other one went to Hawaii. He was a lefty, and he was nice. He was a lefty, and I remember he was from Texas. But every time we played them two dudes, man, it was a tough matchup. And, you know, me being young, I learned a lot from them just on competing against those guys and seeing like real talent. Like they were nice. I wish I can remember their names, but they were a tough matchup. I mean, I'm sure people can go look. I think one name was not.
Who was New Mexico State?
I know New Mexico State. One was
Justin Hawkins. He was a guard.
He was a guard.
Jonathan Gibson. Yeah,
Gibson was one. Gibson.
Justin Hawkins. He's a Taft product. Shout out Justin Hawkins. Says he was averaging 18 points a game in 2008. 2000. This is 1 year behind. It wasn't him.
Yeah,
I'm off.
Yeah, it's got to be 09, 08, 09, 09, 9, 10.
Well, let's figure it out. Someone in the comments will figure it out for sure.
They'll figure it out. And then the same with the lefty at Hawaii. He was a lefty, and he was like a forward. He was like a 3-4, strong as shit, and he was nice. Oh, and I played Kawhi. I played against Kawhi. Kawhi was a tough matchup.
The next question is from old Dave. He said, which is a good question, because I've been really wanting to know this answer as well. Favorite memory playing with Lance Stevenson in Indy, and when will we see him on the pod?
Favorite memory playing with Lance Stevenson. Man, I got a lot.
He was a character.
He was more than a character. Like he was like a showsman. Like he just knew how to put on a show. Like he was just pure entertainment. And that's that, you know, New York basketball. You know what I mean? He's used to putting on a show and performing, and that's what he brought to Indiana. I think everybody was kind of bland and kind of dry in Indy, and he was the color. Like he was the you know, the one to shake it up a little bit and make it interesting and entertaining. But my favorite memory, I would say, probably started way back to when we first got to Indiana, and him just having this, you know, we were both rooks, but him having this, I'm here to take spots. Like I'm here to that's how he came to Indy. And for me, I was, you know, it was cool to see for me, and it raised my level because we're the same age and we're coming in together, and he's not taking no backseat to nobody. And that's my dog. You know what I mean? That's my dog. I'm going to ride with you. We came in this together. That's how I'm looking at it. We came in this together, so I'm going to ride with you. And I kind of took that approach as well of like, I ain't taking no backseat either. Like we both coming. You know what I mean? We both fighting for a position.
Still in the league, man. I wish that boy.
So that I never forget, you know, just going down to Orlando for Summer League, and you know, just watching him compete, and it was like he's been here already. Like he wasn't a rook. He played and went out there and carried himself like he wasn't a rookie. And like that's the greatest memory, I think. And it's still, again, it's the reason I had the start, and it's the reason I had the hunger, and you know, he was the battery at that moment for me to start my NBA career. So man, Lance a legend to me. He's a legend. You know, he don't get enough credit. And I got a ton of respect for Bourne. When will we see him on the pod? Hopefully soon. We talked about it last season of getting one there.
Asking this question.
It didn't work last season. Hopefully this season he'll be able to make an appearance. We talked to him a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. I definitely want him on the pod.
What do you think of his rap career? You know, he had the on the radar freestyle, pretty solid. Then Big Flex just came out. Like, he's doing all right.
We actually got a couple tracks that's floating out. Yeah, we got a couple tracks floating out there from 10 years ago. We actually got a couple tracks floating out there.
Leave them floating.
They fire, boy. They fire.
Leave them floating.
Leave them floating. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, the next question, I'm going to butcher this name, is from Bobo Shishakarta. And he asked, what is the secret to playing so long? And not only that, but also improving your game each season. So longevity, and how do you improve your game?
Yeah. I think is the longevity part, obviously staying healthy and working on your body. But I think always, you know, and this is to answer both of those, the longevity in the game and improving your game, is always like looking to see where you can get better at. You know, after every year, every season, I'll write stuff down that I think I need to get better at, and then I'll address it that summer, hire whatever coaches I need, whether I need to change how I eat now, whether I need to, change my mental approach, or just work on my body, or add something new to my game. Like, I always go out and seek who's the best person that I can grab for what I need in these areas. And then I just attack it all summer, and then I come back. I feel more complete. I feel a better version of myself. And then I'm ready, to go for that year. And I think I've done that every off season. It's kind of how I approach things. But a lot of luck goes into it as well. I could be saying all of this and then, knock on wood, something bad happens and season's over, career's over. So a lot of luck goes into being healthy as well. I think just simplify all of that. Just look at one area to improve and work on that. And eventually, you'll be right where you want to be when it's all said and done.
Love it. The next question is from, and they're killing me with these usernames, is from Kayan Jiga. And P, what did off days look like during the early stages of your career to what they look like now?
I think, they're close. Off days back then, I probably was laying around and wake up, get on the video games, be on the video games for the day. Hang with the homies, play video games. I'm chilling. Like, I don't want to do nothing, move a muscle. I am chilling on the off day. But I think now, I try to be a little bit more active. I'll try to, plan a golf day or, plan a fishing trip.
He got a little bit more money, y'all. He could do a little bit more different things. He got a little bit more money.
I got a little bit more money now. Because, the kids be in school. So those, I can't do much with them in those mornings. So I try to do stuff those mornings to be a little bit more active if I can. If not, then on a video game. I'm playing some COD or college football. So that's how I kind of planned it these days.
The next question is coming from Trishan Carter. He wants to know, what is the best NBA nickname ever?
Black Jesus. Black Jesus.
White chocolate.
White chocolate. Man. Black Jesus gotta go down as the greatest. Like, Black Jesus. That's
the one.
It don't get no, that's the GOAT. It don't get no better than that. Black Jesus.
So there your answer, Trisha.
You can't do no wrong with Black Jesus nickname.
You can't get it now. Woo, this next question is very interesting. This is from your teammate. Jared McCain's IG. Wow, he should have asked this when he was on the show. But anyway, He said, how fast did you get used to the media when you got to the league, Pete?
I think pretty fast. I think pretty fast. I've had some ups and downs with the media. I've had some good moments. I've had some bad moments. I've had some PR great moments, and I've had some PR nightmare moments.
Right.
But I think I got used to it pretty fast. It doesn't take long to realize the words you say and the actions you do are forever lasting. So that it doesn't take long. You learn that very quick. And so I think I've learned that pretty fast. Obviously, I'm human, so I've made mistakes. But you realize at this point, everything you do is under a microscope. So you just got to learn how to move around and how to operate.
Good question, Jared. And hope you get well soon, man. Hope you get well soon.
Shout out our guy Jared. Is that it? I don't think that's his actual.
Nah,
IG,
that has got to be someone's like he really thought it was Jared.
Shout out Jared, man. Well wishes.
I wanted to just follow up with that. What was your conversation with Jared McCain? He's been your guys' like one of your only bright spots to start the season. He's a rookie. He gets injured. What did you tell him? Words of advice, encouragement? Because that one hurt.
I saw him in the training room before he had the surgery. And, man, I was just like, this is the real welcome to the NBA, man. Unfortunately, dealing with your first injury and how do you respond after that? Because, I mean, to be honest, we've all dealt with some injury, whether we've had surgeries or not. We've all dealt with injuries. And, like, this is the real welcome to the NBA. How are you going to respond from this point on? Now you're chasing. Now it's the chase is back, right? Like the chase is back on of finding who you are when you left the game, and if you can be better than that person that you were when you left the game. So, but I'm gonna definitely reach out to him and just see how he's doing, see if he's in a great space, because it can be dark. One thing about surgeries, man, especially at that age, and him with the success that he's had, and I know damn well he wanted to be in that Rookie of the Year finalist and be the last one to win, or to be the one to win that.
I think he still should get it. With all the TikToks he done did, he still should get it. The voters should get him. He should still get it, man.
He did post a video, P. You should look at it. He posted a video post-surgery, unless it's AI and I'm just tripping, but he shouts out like Six God, Drake. Like, it was great.
Does
he actually does a video of him like out
That's
of it.
Not surprising.
It's pretty funny. I appreciated it. So
that's not surprising.
But moving on, the next question is from Jonathan_P. And they asked, can you talk about your first All-Star game appearance in Houston back in 2013?
Yeah, that was a special one. Obviously my dad is from Houston, or the surrounding areas of Houston. So that was special to begin with, to go back to Houston, where I had a lot and a ton of family there, and be a part of that. I just remember I shared, my locker was shared with Kevin Garnett's. We were side by side, and I, learned a ton from KG just from that All-Star weekend. And I already had a close relationship with KG, but it was dope to share that All-Star weekend with him. He was just a real OG. You know what I mean? He was just a real OG. Funny story. So, there's food for the players. And we go out, I think, before the game was over, or it was before the game started. I think, there was food left out for everyone to eat, the players, right? All the staff went and ate first, though. So word got back to KG. Everybody's eating the food before the players get to it. So he like, yo, listen up. Y'all motherfuckers better not eat or touch another fucking meal without us players touching it first. He said the shit loud as hell. Everybody in there shook. Boy, hey, when I tell you, nobody touched another piece of food until the last player touched the food first. And it was just, it was just hilarious because, like, he just demanded, like, it was just a respect thing.
Lord, don't play.
But hey,
Lord, don't play.
I learned a lot. And to this day, like, I've been to many All-Stars. Nobody touches that food before the players touch the food. Hey, he set a precedence that nobody would touch that food again before the players will. But nah, man, he was just sharing and dropping gems, man, of just enjoying this, enjoy All-Star weekend, man. You don't know how many more of these you'll have. Like, just have fun out there. He used to call me YG. Hey, YG, man, have fun out there. Enjoy this. You don't know how many more you'll have of these. Treat everyone, like it's your first one. You're going to be back here again. Just treat all of them like it's your first one, man. And, it was just a cool experience, especially KG being, my favorite power forward growing up. And to share that moment with him, man, that shit was awesome.
Well, this is the last question, PG, and I think you will love this one because I don't think nobody ever asked you this one. And this question is coming from Blacktop Smack Talk. He want to ask you this question, which you have to make sure I say his name right.
I ain't said so many breaths. Black Talk.
Smack Talk.
Because I was going to say something else, but I said it right. Blacktop Smack Talk. He wants to know which PG shoe has the most special meaning.
The PG ones for sure. PG ones that started and kicked off the whole PG line. That was my favorite shoe. And that came out of a time where I didn't know where I was going direction wise with having a sneaker or not, because that was right after I had my leg injury. So to be blessed and be able to get a shoe after going through that, man, it made it that much sweeter the first time I wore those shoes.
Oh, that's dope. I would have said the ones too. After that,
right? It's only right.
It's only right.
Hey, but you know what? Both of y'all, those were some great questions. We got a wrap right there on Postman P. It was presented to y'all by MetaQuest. Bunky, you know what time it is. This your segment right here. What we got for the 2-minute report, Brody?
And this 2-minute report is sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go, sports bar. So look, fellas, I'm going to do it a little different because P said at the top of the show, 2025 is coming up. So, I'm going to make this one all about us, my guys. So I got to ask you collectively, y'all, what is our New Year's resolution for 2025 coming up, baby? And you can go with yours first, P.
Me, I think I want to just be more mindful of my energy. 2025 is more just being mindful of my energy, man. I think prioritizing getting sleep. I want to do more journaling or get into journaling where I'm writing ideas and thoughts down. I think, that'll be year 35 for me. So I think I'm transitioning to a more, obviously better version of myself, but just, that grown man of just, right. Responsibility, understanding who I am, focusing on who I am, my family. I think that's just been going to be my approach going forward. I think it's time for it just to be a little bit more narrow path and straightforward and focused on me. So that's my resolution.
And dude, go ahead, Dad.
I got a few. Mine are, I got a lot of work related, resolutions, things that I want to accomplish. I'm not going to get into those exact details, but a lot of real estate stuff that I'm looking forward to accomplishing. Even on this podcast, I want us to break 1 million followers for this upcoming year. And really just make sure I'm consistently in the gym. This past year, I was consistently in the gym, and I feel 1 million times better than I ever thought I could feel. So continuing that and just prioritizing my knees, shoulders, my joints, taking care of my body more now instead of just getting in there. I think I'm getting old and got to start actually paying attention to some of that stuff and making sure that I'm feeling good while I am in the gym. So those would be my goals and New Year's resolution for this upcoming year.
What you got, Bunky? What's yours?
Mine, man, is only to really is most of some of the stuff you guys saying, but to stay on the path that God got me on, man, which is being a very humble person, a hard worker. And, this year coming up, I want to, help more, help my friends, what I'm saying? Help them out with doing stuff that I know that the talent that they have, be seen. And, just a lot of things like I do. I'm a family guy. So it's like, I just want to do more just things that God know that I love doing, and things that I say I'm going to do them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just having them written down, but not doing what you said. Oh, I'm going to do this year. Quit saying every year you're going to do this, and you don't do it.
Don't do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to be more honest to myself because I know I got more, to offer to life. You know what I'm saying? To, with talent and stuff. So I just want to start doing a lot of my own projects, from producing my movies that I've written, TV shows and cartoons that I created, and I just want to start and do the positive things, man. Start other podcasts with other, things like what I do with my career, and just keep it going, man. I want to give people jobs. Keep everybody happy in life, and because I think life is good if you're on the right path and you're around the right people, and you can't do it by yourself. So it's always good to do it either with your family or friends. So that's my new shit, man.
Love that. Well, fellas, to 2024, love, peace from Podcast P. You dig?
Okay.